Hello and welcome to game one of two of these exhibition matchups between your Findlay Trojans, Peewee Gold in their home white, and Shaker Heights, 12UAA in red. Puck is dropped, and we will start. Out there taking the face off for the Trojans was Nichols. He's got was Teagard, and he's got Peter Kosky and Nichols out there with him. Fort and Burkhart on defense, and Henry Yace in a goaltender. Shot from the point by Shaker Heights, wide. Back out to the point again. Fort's got it now in the corner. He flips it up. Looking to clear his Trojan. Shaker Heights kick it back down to the face-off dot. Fort there in the corner. Now Shaker Heights trying to wrap it behind the net. Nobody there. And now taken out by Rylan Peter Kosky. Tried to get that forward, and now an offside on Shaker as it got knocked back into the zone. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Cooper out there now to take the face off for the Trojans. He's got Archer and Beach with him. Sloan and Grace back on defense now. Puck is dropped. Let's do that hockey. Gets it back to Sloan. Over to Grace. Grace looking to kick it forward. Shaker Heights knocks that to side. Grace battling forward in the corner now. He's got it. Tries to get it up to Archer. Shaker Heights takes it away. Centering pass. Shot. Hits the top corner, and that's a goal for Shaker Heights. Findlay down 1-0 early. Cooper will take the face off again as Shaker changes lines. Puck is dropped. Gets it back to Sloan. He's got that. Kicks it back to Grace. Grace looks fired up the boards. Bunch of red jerseys there, but Archer gets it out. Now going for it is Mason Beach. He's got it now. Fires a shot. High. Tips him. Oh, and gloved. What a shot by Beach. Off the glove of the Shaker goaltender, who lost it for a second and then fell right on it, freezing the puck. Almost tied this game up. So Beach with the face-off. Shaker takes that. Tries to send it opposite side. Kept in by Homewood and then knocked out by Shaker. Homewood and Fort back on defense now with the same offensive line. Now coming in Fort with a nice play with poke check there. Now knocked aside. Fort's got it. Back in the corner trying to get that out. Homewood's got it. He hits it against the boards. Shaker has it, sends it in front. Blocker saved by Yace. Now collected by Homewood. Looking for a breakout. He finds Archer. Archer tries to go cross center to the Beach just a little fast, or a little too forward on that pass, but sent back into the zone. And Homewood has it now. He looks to go opposite side, sends it up the middle of the ice, tipped out by Cooper. George Homewood out there now, forward on the forecheck. Nice tie up there by George Homewood. Shaker's got it now. Mason Cooper knocks it back alongside. Fort's got it. Fort surveying options, sends it back down into the corner. Now Fort comes down to pinch. Keeps it along the board, sends it back behind the net again. Hank Schwab over there as well. Forcing Shaker to the outside. Kept in by Fort, and then knocked out by Shaker. And then Burkhart just gets beat. Coming up, shot off the post. Now Fort trying to get it out. Back to Fort again. Knocks it forward, tied up in the middle, in between some skates. Shaker comes away with it. Down to the corner again. Now Fort's got it. No, that was Homewood. Sorry, Homewood's got it. Sends it out of the zone off of a Shaker player's shin pads. Shaker collects. Now they lose it through the neutral zone. Shake was there, and now Nichols has it. Now Nichols trying to create some space. He does. He's got it down in the corner. He gets hooked. No call. Now sent along the boards. Burkhart down to pinch. Keeps it in. Then it's knocked out again by Shaker. Teagarden skating back hard. He's got, and that's icing. As that puck fired by Shaker behind center line. So we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of the Shaker goaltender. Ricky Nichols takes face-off. He'll have Peter Koski and Teagarden out there with him. Grayson Sloan on defense. Puck is dropped. Shaker knocks it back, but Rylan Pierkoski's there, puts it in the corner, tries a centering pass, hits a skate. Teagarden back in the background. They send it out to Grace along the boards. Grace gets it back down to Peter Koski. Now Teagarden has it, sends it back up to Grace, takes an elbow. Now collision in the middle, puck is loose, Grace has it. Now he sends it deep into the offensive zone. Teagarden there hustling down to the corner. Shaker wraps it round opposite side. Grace comes down to pinch, sends it back down behind the net. Teagarden's there along with Peter Koski. Oh, off of a skate. And Shaker's coming on the break. A lot of white jerseys back though. Shot, gloved aside by Yates. Grace up to Teagarden, tips that aside. Shaker collects. They'll look to reset deep in their zone. Cross ice pass, not handled. Archer there, tries to tip it forward. He does. Now nice poke check there by Archer, sends it deep into the zone. Now he's in pursuit on the forecheck. Off to the side, kept in by Sloan, tried to bang it against the boards. Pulled this puck up. They do, they're battling still. Sent across center ice. Shaker picks it up, and he's going to send it down, but didn't cross center, so that's going to be icing. Trojans starting to get some good pressure here in the first. See if they can tie this game up with a offensive zone faceoff. Mason Cooper takes faceoff with Beach and Archer out there as forwards. Fort and Homewood back on defense. Nice move there by Cooper. Gets it out to the point. Cross ice pass, then chipped ahead by Archer back into the corner. Nice pinch move there. And Cooper keeps it in and then sent back down deep into the zone by Henry Fort. Now with it behind the net. Tried to chip it up. Homewood's got it. He fires a shot. Oh, just goes a little wide off the side of the net. Cooper's got it now again. Gets it back out to Homewood. Cross ice pass in the slot to Archer. Archer fires one just wide. Sent out in front. Nobody there for Findlay. Now back checking though is Cooper. Sent to the middle. Tried to knock it back in. Keep it in was Fort. And he does right on the blue line. Good effort there by Cooper and Fort. And now sent out the zone down the length of the ice. This will probably be an icing. And it is. Again, some good offensive pressure by the Trojans here, looking to tie this game up early. This face-off will be in the offensive zone to the glove hand side, as we'll have Schwab and Schaaf out there with Homewood at center, Burkhart and Sloan back on defense. Puck is dropped, chipped over, sent back, and then forward, and now over to Homewood. Homewood battling for it, turns around, spin shot just a little wide. Now Hank Schwab in the corner battling for it as well. And Schaaf stepping up is Sloan. And then Homewood's back there trying to chip it in, but it hits a player for Shaker, and they bring it out. And now coming back with a shot and a nice save by Yates. Now sent in front of the net and just bouncing over sticks, so sent back in the corner by Shaker. Sloan's got it now as he's surveying options behind the net, and he turns the other way. Tries to evade the Shaker players. Now Homewood's got it. Homewood with a little bit of room, creating some space. Gets it up to Hank. Hank tips it forward, gets it into the offensive zone. Shaker, cross ice pass behind the net. And they come out of the zone with it. Now 2-on-2 here. And offsides is the call. A little too eager to get into the zone, so we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Nichols will take the face off now with Peter Koski and Teagarden out there with him. Fort and Grace now out on defense for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Gets knocked back into the Findlay defensive zone. Grace sends it up the boards to Peter Koski. Then sticked aside. Now in the skates of Nichols. Now poked in front. Shaker has it. Looking to reset off of a skate. Sent out by Peter Koski. So Shaker will collect and try to reset here. They do. They get it back deep into the zone. Grace now collects. Wraps it around the boards to Peter Koski. He sent, so Nichols has it now. Nichols now tips it around the player. Going up the boards now. Trying to clear it out. Just couldn't get there. Now Fort has it. He's going to try to wrap it around the boards. That gets held up by the stick of a Shaker player. Now Nichols has it. Nichols sends it across off the boards. That's got a lot of momentum, so that'll be an icing. So we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of Findlay goaltender Henry Yace for game one. Puck is dropped. Mason Cooper on that face-off. Gets it back to Fort. Gets it around to Archer. Archer tried to tip that out. And now he's got it back. Now he gets it up to Cooper, heading up the left-hand side. Sends it down into the zone. Shaker collects. Beach and Cooper back there now, causing some disruption. Good forecheck pressure. Now sent up, and nice play by Eddie Homewood to get that puck knocked away. And then tried to chip it over to his defensive line mate there, Webb Sloan, but then intercepted by Shaker. But Eddie's got it now. Nice play off the boards. Gets up to Mason Beach, who chips it along the boards, and then Shaker collects. But they keep it in the zone and send it down. Now Webb Sloan has it. He's looking to go along the boards. Mason Cooper has it now. He gets it up to Archer, sends it out of the zone, cross ice, trying to hit Beach. But Shaker was there. Now Sloan has it in the neutral zone. Trying to get that up to Cooper. He does. Cooper wings it around the boards. And now Shaker trying to bring this puck forward through the neutral zone. Sends it, but collected by Sloan. He's looking at options. He's going to take this forward a little bit. He gets it up to Harrison. Just lost in the skates, but still turns it into the zone. And the Trojans are onside. Now looking to clear is Shaker. Running into some resistance in the neutral zone as they slow it up. And that's collected by Eddie Homewood. Gets across center ice, sends it down deep into the zone. Shaker's got it though, and they look to break out into neutral ice. And wrap it deep into the zone. Henry Fort there, he chips it up, and there's going to be a penalty for some contact. And with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left, we're going to have a roughing call here on Shaker. As number 17 goes to the box. So we'll have a look at a power play here for the Trojans. Now Mason Cooper out there takes the face off for the Trojans. He'll have Homewood and Teagarden out there with him. Grace and Sloan on defense. Puck is dropped back to Homewood. Gets it back to Sloan from the defensive end. Shot to the point and covered. Nice play there by the Trojans. So we'll set up and do it again to the blocker side of the Shaker goaltender. Puck is dropped again. Gets it back to Grace. Oh, it's knocked away by the pursuing Shaker forward, who's coming in trying to get a breakaway shot. Nice work by Webb Sloan. Stick and body to prevent a shot from reaching goaltender Yace. And now George Homewood has it. And he sends it down into the zone. And Lawyer Teagarden's there now along the corner, and it gets chipped out, but Webb Sloan's got it. He's going to take a shot from the point, and it's going to get caught and held onto, glove saved by the Shaker goaltender. That's okay though, because we'll have another face-off in the offensive zone with just under a minute left in this playoff, or this power play opportunity. Cooper again with the face-off for the Trojans. Gets over to George Homewood. He sends one over backhand. Oh, just in front of the net. Racing for it are the Trojans, but coming out with the puck is the forward. And nice play there by the Trojans to disrupt that shot, and Yates able to make the save. So 37 seconds left on this this power play opportunity. Findlay's going to have to go down the length of the ice to make something happen here with a face-off in their zone. Ricky Nichols now takes face-off for the Trojans. He's got Beach and Peter Koski out there with him. On defense is Fort and Eddie Homewood. Looking to pass this puck up as Nichols gets it up to Ryland Peter Koski. They've got an opportunity there. He tries to center it in the middle. Good thought, but goes over the stick of Fort. Nobody touched it, so that's going to be an icing. So with 18 seconds left here in this power play opportunity, we're going to have a face-off down in the Findlay offensive zone to the glove hand side of the Shaker Heights goaltender. Nichols takes face-off now for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. It's stuck in the middle between some bodies. Shaker has it. They're looking to break out along the boards. They do. Nice play with the body there. And then disrupted by Findlay, but it looks like we're going to have a penalty. So we'll skate 4-on-4 here for a little bit. And we'll have Cooper out there with Beach, Burkhart, and Sloan. So 3 seconds left now. Shaker at full strength. And the Trojans now look to kill off a penalty for the next minute 30. Shaker with a shot after a cross ice pass. That goes wide. Now Mason Cooper. Now Burkhart battling, gets that chip aside to the corner. Now center ice shot and covered by Yates. Now George Homewood out there with Archer. Homewood takes face-off. Face-off goes back to the point for Shaker. Shaker sends it, tries to send it to the corner. They do, they get it. Sent forward. Shot wide, blocked by Yates. Now Archer battling down there, trying to get it out of the zone. Collected by Shaker again at the blue line. Archer now tries to send this forward. It's tipped out of the zone. Sorry, that was Sloan that sent it forward to Archer. Now in the corner, along the line, Homewood, nice hustle play. Now he's trying to battle out and beat a player. He sends the puck in deep at the end of the first. So teams are going to change sides. Talk about it. Findlay down 1-0 after one. But plenty of hockey left here, folks. All right, welcome back, folks. We are at the start of the second. Ricky Nichols takes the face off for the Trojans. We've got just under 7 seconds left to kill in a penalty. Puck in the corner. Trojans back at full strength. Successful penalty kill. Nichols has it now. Sends it along the boards. That puck bounces funny and right back to Shaker. Shot to the middle. Sloan gets it up. Nichols battling for it in center ice. Just couldn't get there, but that T-Garden's there too. Nice job following the puck. That gets sent back out to Ben Grace. He gets it up to Rylan Peterkoski, but it hits the referee's skate and bounces out. But now Peterkoski battling for it again. He's got it. He chips it deep into the zone. Laura T-Garden back there as well. Nichols comes to get that puck around the corner. He trips. Ben Grace goes down to pinch. Nice job by Grace. Looking for a centering pass. Peterkoski's got it. Chips it in front. Oh, off the goaltender. Nobody there for Findlay. Now Webb Sloan collects. Fires a shot. Goes off of a leg pad for player. Ricky Nichols chips it back into the zone as it hits neutral ice. And now Ben Grace has it. He chips it up along the boards. Gets it over to Ricky Nichols. Nichols still has it. Chip back Peterkoski, tries to send it deep in the zone, but Shaker Heights still there. And now in the midst of a line change, we've got a little bit of a breakdown here. Nice shot, or nice stop there by Yates. Good job by Findlay getting back, clear that puck out. They get it out of the zone. Mason Beach knocks it aside now. Shaker Heights bringing it down into the corner. Eddie Homewood there, nice job holding them up there. Still collected behind the net. Now kicked out to the boards. Mason Beach going there, trying to make a play on it. Gets kicked back. Now Mason Cooper has it. He takes it behind the net. Tries to get it up to Nichols. That intercepted. And now hit along the boards and out. As Findlay in pursuit on this puck down in the zone. Mason Beach forces them to the other side. Now Henry Fort gets it, dumps it back. Mason Cooper's got it now. There must be something about that corner. A couple kids have fallen right in that corner somehow. Oh, puck right out in front. Still held in. By Fort, gets it over to Cooper. Cooper's got it in the corner again. Trying to make a move. It's knocked down. And that puck goes all the way down. And looks like we'll have an icing. And we do. So this will be a face-off down in the Findlay offensive zone. George Homewood will take the face-off. He's got Schaaf and Schwab out there with him. Sloan and Burkhardt on defense. Puck is dropped. Gets it back to Burkhardt. Burkhardt now chips it back forward. Over to Homewood again. Gets it back. Oh, and just jumps over Burkhardt's stick. So Webb Sloan forced to collect. And Findlay will look to reset. Gets it back to Burkhardt. Burkhardt's now going to carry it up. Sends it in deep into the zone. Schwab now pursuing down in the corner there. Along with Schaaf and Homewood and Sloan. Findlay fighting. They keep it in the zone. Schwab's got it. He takes a shot. And goaltender for Shaker forced to cover as Findlay was coming in. Homewood now take the face off again for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Sloan's got it at the point, sends one forward, gets caught in Homewood, gets it over to Archer. Archer with a shot, oh, just goes over the net. Now centering pass, gets through everybody. George Homewood there now, gets it back to Burkhardt. Burkhardt now chips it forward down to the corner. Harrison Schaaf there now with it. Trying to make a play on it, poked away by Shaker. Shaker now looking to break out. Collected by Webb Sloan. Now he's trying to get a little bit of room. And now taken forward by Archer. Archer still got it. Archer gets hooked up. No call. Burkhart comes down to pinch. They get it over his stick. Now we've got a 3-on-2 and an offsides. No call. Shot. Yates was there on the ready. Sent out. Touch. Too many men on the ice. So that's going to be a penalty on Shaker, putting your Trojans on the power play again. So this will be another look at the Trojan power play here as Cooper, Teagarden, and Archer will be out there with Fort and Grace. See if they can get one in the back of the net here. Shaker looks to clear, kept in by Fort. Fort, nice pass to Cooper. Cooper tried to make a move to the middle and got poked away. Grace there now. Good play by Grace to keep that puck in. And then sent back down deep into the zone by Cooper. Teagarden chips it back to Cooper. Gets it over to Grace. Gets it over to Archer. Tries to dump it in. And then sent back out of the zone by Shaker. One in pursuit here. Fort plays it off the boards, or off the back of the net. And then Archer there gets it up to Cooper. Cooper, nice pass, gets it up to Teagarden, chips it into the zone. And now Shaker has it with Teagarden in pursuit. Teagarden, nice job there, knocked that puck away. Just being a pest down there, gets it over to Cooper. Cooper gets it over to Grace. Back to Cooper. Back to Grace along the boards. Grace throws it towards the net. Shot, block, score! Cooper with the flip shot, and Teagarden was there to put it in. That's a power play goal for your Findlay Trojans, and that ties the game up at 1-1 here midway through the second period. Homewood out to take the face off for the Trojans. They'll have Shape and Schwab with them. Gets it over to Schwab. Schwab now takes it, sends it into the zone, and then ships it forward. Now Homewood's got it. He's looking to make a play on it. He sends a shot, just goes off the side skate of the goaltender. Nice job on the back check by George Homewood to break up that breakaway as Hank Schwab has it. Now he's pushing it out of the zone. Good effort there. And then good play there again by Homewood. And Schwab gets it out. And that's going to go down the length of the ice and called off because Shaker had a chance. And they let up on it. Now offsides as that just bounced out of the zone as Homewood tried to keep it in. So we'll have a neutral zone face off here. And teams will change lines, so we'll have Nichols out there with Teagarden and Peter Kofsky as our forwards. Ricky Nichols takes the face off. Nichols gets that face off, tries to turn it around, but picked away by Schaefer. There was a blatant offsides, but not called. Nice job by Sloan to get that around to Teagarden. Teagarden gets it up to Nichols in the middle. He's got a little bit of space. He gets around a player. He tries to center that hits a skate. Good opportunity there. Now Sloan knocks it back in, and then it's knocked out by Schaefer. Now Homewood there plays it against the boards. Kept in by Schaefer, but that's an offsides. Shaker, but offsides there again. So a neutral zone face-off. Defense will change with Burkhart and Fort coming out. Forwards will stay the same as Ricky Nichols takes his face-off again for the Trojans. Stick forward, trying to get it was Peter Kofsky. Now Peter Kofsky in pursuit on the forecheck as Shaker takes it across center ice, but it hits off the back of a player as they tried to get that forward, but now out to Teagarden through the neutral zone. Teagarden trying to take that wide. Too many players, so he just dumps it in deep. Now, nice pinch there by Burkhart to keep that puck in the zone. He's still got it. Now knocked aside by Shaker as they look to push through. Now Mason Cooper, good play back to Fort. Fort tries to get that puck out. That gets sticked aside. Now Burkhart there. Nice play to hold him up. And kept out of the goal with a nice save by Henry Yace. Now Cooper with the face-off gets it over to Fort. Looks to get it up to Archer. Archer tries to clear it out of the zone. Met at the boards by Shaker. Now Shaker looking to have something happen. Burkhart there on defense. And then a nice play by Cooper to knock him off the puck. And then stick to the middle. Now Archer's got it. Archer tried to get it. Bounced off his stick. And sent back deep by Shaker. Centering pass. Nobody there. But Shaker collects on top of the face-off circle. Shot goes wide. Now Archer pressuring in the corner. Shot to the center. Beaches blocks it. Now he chips it forward. Now Archer has it. Beach, good job getting onside. Shot hits off a body, goes wide. And then sent out of the zone by Shaker, but Beach has it. He sends it back to Webb Sloan. Webb Sloan fakes the pass and then starts to go forward. He sends it deep into the zone. Homewood there coming off the bench in pursuit. Along with Grace. Grace still has it down in the corner. Grace tried to get it, trying to get there with Schwab. Got a stick on it, but there were too many sticks for Shaker there. Good effort there by Homewood to try to keep this puck in the zone, and now it's knocked out by Schaefer. Shaker takes it to the outside, looking to do something with it. Now they wrap around the net. They're in the midst of a line change, so not too many people out there for them. And now nice job there by Schaefer to stay on that player. And then sent to the middle. And then collected and sent out of the zone and touched by Shaker. So no icing as Schwab goes in pursuit on the forecheck. And now Shaker trying to move this to the middle of the ice. They do, but they're offside. So that's going to be a neutral zone face-off. Ricky Nichols out to take the face-off for the Trojans. They have Teagarden and Peter Koski out there with them. Puck is dropped. Nichols gets it back to Eddie Homewood, who gets it off the boards up to Ryland Peter Koski. Peter Koski chips it in deep into the zone and is following his own chip. He runs into a player from Shaker Heights. Now Eddie Homewood goes down there to pinch along the boards. It gets knocked out. But then Ricky Nichols collects, sends it up to Teagarden. Teagarden knocks that down into the offensive zone. And then that's touched as it goes out. I guess it wasn't, so that's going to be an icing. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Trojans to the glove-hand side of the Shaker goaltender. Closing minutes here of the second game, all tied up. Ricky Nichols again to take the face-off for the Trojans. Nichols tried to knock that to the side, but Shaker has it. They collect it, go behind the net. Sent wide, Henry Fort down there to pinch, sends one in front, tipped off their own player, oh my goodness! Almost went in as that centering pass got tipped by a stick from Shaker, and Shaker's goaltender was able to cover, but man, close to another goal there for the Trojans. Nichols again with the face-off for the Trojans. This time he gets it over to the winger, but Shaker's got it. They're trying to clear. That comes out to Nichols. Tried to make a move in the middle. Puck is still loose. Knocked out, but kept in by Eddie Homewood, and now knocked out by Shaker. So back collected neutral zone. Up along the boards, Ricky Nichols. Now Mason Cooper has it coming off the bench. Now Shaker collects. They're behind their net. Trying to get this up along the boards. They do. They get it out of the zone, but nice play by Eddie Homewood. Mason Beach trying to send that deep, but the puck gets knocked away from him, but he stays with it. Now knocked back. Mason Cooper sends it along, and then back from Homewood to Cooper. Now Cooper gets it up to Ricky Nichols. Ricky Nichols chips it out of the zone. And now scrum along the boards, and that's sent on net. Yace was ready for it. Homewood's got it in the corner. He looks to make a play. That bounces off the boards, and now Mason Cooper has it. He goes dipsy-do, evades one player, changes, or dumps it deep in the zone. Beach is there. Beach tried to tip it aside, but just got away from his stick. Now River Archer trying to tie it up at the line. And now sent back, and Burkhardt's got it. He sends it along the boards, back up to Cooper. Cooper sends it in the middle. Interference coming in the closing seconds of this second period. So good hustle play by Cooper. Try to push that puck through, got held up. So that'll lead to a Trojan power play opportunity here and a face-off in the offensive zone. Cooper to take the face-off now for the Trojans. Shaker gets it, but sends it to the corner. Chipped back out, sent over to Burkhardt. Burkhardt now tries to move that forward. Good effort there, knocks it with his stick as he falls back into the corner. Back behind the net. Collected by Archer, chipped aside. Oh, then hits a skate. Shaker has it now, trying to make something happen here. Oh, and we're going to have a tripping call, even though it looked like the player blew a tire on his own. And our player just happened to be there, but that's going to be a tripping penalty. So we'll skate 4-on-4 here for the next minute. Puck is dropped. George Homewood has it now. Tried to get it out of he does get it out of the zone, but held up by Shaker. Shaker with the backhand centering pass. Nobody there. Shot blocked, hits the shin guard of Mason Cooper. And now George Homewood has it, and that's going to be the end of the period. So we will move into the second intermission, all square at 1-1. Teams will talk about it, change sides again, and join us back shortly for this exciting third period. Welcome back for the start of the third period. All knotted up at 1-1 here. Skating 4-on-4 for the next 30 seconds. As each team has a player in the box. Looking for a shot on that wraparound was Shaker. Fort, good effort there. Knock it to the side. Now collected again and chipped up the boards by Fort. Now Shaker trying to center that, knocked aside by Findlay's defense. Centering or a shot there. Now sent back into the corner by Grace. Now again chipped up the boards by Fort. Now shot from the point, wide by Shaker. Kicked aside, Ricky Nichols now trying to chip that up. And they can stick the side. Now sent forward, but then losing their feet as they collect it, Shaker, so they send it back down to the corner. And now both teams back at full strength. Again, shot from the point goes wide. Sent up by Grace, but then collected and dumped back in was Shaker. Now Fort's got it. He's going to send it off the boards over a stick. And that's going to be icing. So teams will change up. Got some tired legs out there. After that 4-on-4 and then the penalty kill by the Trojans. So again, all tied up at 0-0 here to start the third. Now George Homewood to take the face off for the Trojans. Schwab and Schaaf out there with them. Puck sent aside. Schaaf back there centering pass to Shaker. Shot. Couldn't get much on it, so that's tipped aside by George Homewood. Now Webb Sloan has it. Webb Sloan and Eddie Homewood out there on defense. Now chip to the corner. Webb Sloan tried to get there first. Shaker looking for a centering pass. Nothing doing. Hank Schwab tried to knock that out. Just couldn't get there. Then tipped to the corner by Eddie Homewood. Then sent back behind the net. And now chipped aside. And now Harrison Chase tried to get it out. But then it was hits a skate. Now intercepted is Webb Sloan. He's got a little bit of room. He takes a shot. Oh, just wide. Now Hank Schwab has it. He sends one towards the net. That goes off the skate. Now puck loose out in front, collected by Shaker at the face-off dots. Chipped forward. Webb Sloan collects. He looks opposite side, but then on the change, Shaker collects. Shot goes wide. Now Eddie Homewood has it. He wraps it along the boards, and then it's tipped away by Mason Cooper. Mason Cooper looking for a head of steam. Tries to cut back. There's too many red shirts there. Red jerseys. But then Archer back there covering. Takes a shot. Jonah Burkhart goes down to pinch. Sends it back down into the zone. Now Fort comes down to pinch. Sent back into the zone again, but Shaker collects. They're going behind the net looking for a breakout. Over to Burkhart, and then collected by Beach. Sent over to Fort. Trying to chip it forward, and Fort still got it. Now Mason Beach sends it back, but intercepted by Shaker. Then sent into the zone by Shaker, and then Fort's got it. He sends it along the boards to Archer. Archer chips that out. Collected and neutralized by Shaker, but Mason Beach back there in the forecheck. Now sent off a Burkhart stick. Now Shaker has it, and now diving shot collected and knocked out of the zone. Now on a foot race, Nichols there trying to get to it first. Shaker collects though. Rylan Peterkowski there. Teagarden has it, but that's offsides as it got knocked out. So Nichols to take the face off for the Trojans. Puck is dropped. Ben Grace gets it off that face-off scrum and sends it down deep into the zone. Teagarden back there in pursuit, along with Peter Koski. Then chipped off the boards and then sent aside. Now sent opposite ice by Shaker. And then broken up by Ben Grace. Good play by Grace. Webb Sloan has it now. Gets it up to Peter Koski, who then goes center to Teagarden, who's streaking. Teagarden sends one on net. It's loose and behind the net. Ben Grace jumps down to get that back to Ryland. Peter Koski tries to send it forward, hits the skate of a Shaker player, knocked back to the corner. Grace has it again. Gets it back down to Peter Koski. Right in front of Teagarden. Oh, just wide. What a great bang play, but just couldn't connect on it. Now skating towards the middle is Shaker. Tries to send one on net. Excellent kick save by Henry. Yace now out. Shaker looking to reset. Collected by Sloan. He's run into. Ricky Nichols has it. Tries to get it out. Hits a skate. Sent all the way back into the zone. Centering opportunity intercepted by George Homewood. Now he's pushing out of the zone. He gets run into.
You want the penalty?
Collected by Hank Schwab now. Nice chip there. Puck still loose. Sent all the way down the ice. No one could make a play on it, but no icing called as it went through a couple players. Now Eddie Homewood's got it. He sends it along the boards. Shaker collects before it crosses the blue line. Sends it back into the zone. Eddie Homewood has it. Now Shaker collects. They send it up to the point. Shot. Skate block by George Homewood. Webb Sloan has it. Oh, gets lost in between some skates. Nice play by Homewood there to force the player outside. Now they're going to take maybe a shot from the point. Yep, Shaker is. That gets blocked in front by Webb Sloan. Kick forward. Just kept in. That's offside. As it just crossed the blue line. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off here. Just under 6 minutes left in the third period, all tied up 1-1. Puck is dropped. Mason Cooper on that face-off. Henry Fort sends it along the boards. Nice job there by Fort to try to block that. Back now. Burkhart has it. Burkhart tries to get it out. That gets bouncing puck. Collected by Fort. Tried to tip it forward. Does exit the zone now. Shot sent by Shaker. Now bouncing puck sent forward by Burkhart. Then out of the zone. Beach is hustling to try to get there. Now sent back into the zone again by Shaker. Up the boards to Beach. Beach tries to clear it out. Kept in by Shaker. Cooper there. Collects. Wraps it around the boards to Archer. Archer now tries to feed that forward. It's knocked out. Forced to the outside is Shaker. Now, not a hook. As asked by the Shaker coach, as the player just blew a tire. Now collecting it, keeping it in, is Sloan. And now knocked back out by Shaker. Sent aside. And Cooper over to Grace. But then knocked aside by a Shaker player. Shaker tried to send one over to the corner. Shot. Goes a little wide. Yace was there. Now chipping it out to the middle to Nichols was Cooper. and then sent back into the zone. No icing call as Webb Sloan has it. He's going to get it up the boards. Nichols now tries to chip that out. Just couldn't get there. Took a bad bounce. It's now sent behind the net. Grace has it. He gets it up to Teagarden. Tried to play it along the board. Stopped by the Shaker player. Now sent up again, but then Shaker wraps it around the boards. Now Webb Sloan has it. He goes up the ice. Cross ice to Teagarden was a little wide, and that's going to be an offsides as we've got just under 3.5 minutes left here in the third period. So this will be neutral zone face-off here. George Homewood takes face-off, gets it back to his defense. He tries to knock it forward, and he does. And now George Homewood has it just out. Oh, and he evades the player, pushing it forward. George tries to get a shot on net. Oh, and it's just stuck in front of the net. Knocked aside by Shaker. Then trying to clear. But Fort keeps it in, sends it back into the zone. Looking for the forward pass is Shaker. And shot and score on the cherry pick play as it just evades the stick of the Trojans. It's still just under 3 minutes left. Findlay playing some good hockey here, so see if they can tie this game up here pretty quickly. Mason Cooper take the face-off for the Trojans. He'll have Archer and Nichols out there with him. Sorry, yep. So knocked back to Fort. Fort dumps it in, collected by Shaker, then collected again by Findlay. And Mason Cooper knocks it into the zone, but then it gets knocked away. Now Fort has it. Fort sends one back into the corner. Now Cooper on the forecheck. That puck bounces away from everybody and collected now by Eddie Homewood. Tried to send it back into the zone, but collected by Shaker. Shaker gets across center ice and sends that puck deep. Now Eddie Homewood battling for it in the corner. Gets it up to Ricky Nichols. Nichols now with a little move. Another little move. He's got Mason Cooper with him. Trying to get it across, and the stick from Shaker just intercepted that. And then a cross-checking penalty on Shaker. So as Cooper played that down in the corner perfectly, Shaker didn't like it, so they're going to have a... So your Trojans are going to go on a power play here. And Findlay's going to call timeout. See if they draw up a play here to tie this game up with the man advantage. Of note, goaltender Yace also on the bench right now. So Findlay's going to look for probably a 6-on-4 opportunity here while on the power play. Yep, that's what it looks like. We're going to have a 6-on-4 opportunity. Mason Cooper has the puck. Sent back out of the zone. Now Webb Sloan has it. He's looking to make something happen. He gets it over to Cooper in the middle. Teagarden has it. He sends one forward. Now collected by Sloan. Sent forward and now sent out of the zone, and we'll have an offsides. So neutral zone face off here now. Trojans still with the empty net, trying to tie this game on the power play. Cooper gets that up to Archer. They're going to call offsides again, as Archer had a foot in the zone, I guess. Puck is dropped. Teagarden has it now. Good hustle by Teagarden along the boards. Get that puck deep. Now the Trojans have it. Behind the net, Ricky Nichols looking for a shot. Nope, he's got a pass. Fort sends it back to Nichols down in the corner. Trying to clear it is Shaker, but they can't. Cooper has it now. Tried to send it along the boards. Now Fort's got it. He sends it back down in the corner. Teagarden's there. He's got it. Backhand. He gets hooked. No call. And then sent down the length of the ice. And that's an icing, folks. So we will have another opportunity here with about 17 seconds left on this power play and just under 44 seconds left in the game. Puck is dropped. Mason Cooper gets it over to Nichols, gets it back to Fort. Fort sends one up front and is gloved by the goaltender for Shaker. So we'll do this again. Puck is dropped. Sent back to the corner. Mason Cooper tried to get it out high. That goes all the way down the length of the ice. That'll probably be an icing. Nope, it's not, but he lost his stick in the corner. And so now with the now Shaker at full strength, but it's still a man on the ice. Extra man on the ice. George Homewood's got it. Oh, he tries to take a shot. He still got it. He gets knocked down. No penalty. Kept in by Sloan and then knocked out by Shaker. Closing seconds of the game. Puck sent in deep, and that's going to be it. So good effort by the Trojans, but come up short in game one, so the teams will shake hands, and we'll do this again in about an hour and a half. So join us for game 2 of 2, this exhibition matchup between your Findlay Trojans and Shaker Heights. So hard-fought game by the Trojans there. And we will see you a little later this evening. Thanks for watching.